news, the decision in the Dred Scott case has sparked controversy and debate among many people. The most notable of these debates is the debate between Abraham Lincoln and Stephen Douglas. Our reporter Gianna Maltese is on the scene.
Thanks, Curtis. We are here at the Epaulet Arena, where the debate between Lincoln and Douglas is about to take place for the Senate seat. A little background on the debate. Judge Taney made the decision for the Dred Scott case. He deemed Dred Scott a slave, not free, when he stepped into free land in Illinois, because he was John Emerson's property. People from the South were jubilant to hear this, because the sanctity was ringingly reaffirmed, and this can be seen in the Virginia newspaper. The North, on the other hand, believed this decision was denying popular sovereignty because the judge had a partisan bias, considering he's from the South. Douglas believed that the states have the right to decide if they accept slavery or not. Lincoln believed differently, and that's why we are here today. I'm hearing that the debate is taking place right now. We have live footage from the debate.
Mr. Douglas, I believe that the decision in this case is entirely unfair, biased, and in poor taste. The black population we seem to forget are humans too. The idea of keeping these people under the term of property is a violation of the very principles that this country is founded on.
Dred Scott is John Emerson's property. A slave owner should be able to bring their property anywhere they go because they own that slave. The same as you would a pig or a cow, you are able to bring your slaves across state boundaries.
The point is, Mr. Douglas, that the slave is your property in a state that is accepting of the institution of slavery. Once you leave that state and travel into a state which is considered a free state, the same state rules from which you came from do not apply.
I ask you, are you in favor of conferring upon blacks the rights and privileges of citizenship?
No.
Do you desire to strike out of our state constitution that clause which keeps slaves and free blacks out of the state and allow the free blacks to flow in?
Yes.
Shut up, bozo!
And cover your prairies with black settlements? Do you desire to turn this beautiful state into a free black colony?
No.
In order that when Missouri abolishes slavery, she can send 100,000 emancipated slaves into Illinois to become citizens and voters on an equality with yourselves? Well, Lincoln here wants all of these things. He wants free blacks walking on this here soil. He wants every state not to hold black slaves because he believes they are equal to us. He believes that Dred Scott should be free of his enslavement just because he was in a free black state. If this was the case, slavery wouldn't exist, and the people would be denied the right of owning property because slaves are your property.
Douglas, that is a complete misrepresentation of who I am. I will say here, while upon this subject, that I have no purpose directly or indirectly to interfere with the institution of slavery in states where it exists. I believe I have no lawful right to do so. I, as well as Douglas, am in favor of the race, which I belong to, having the superior position. I don't believe the blacks are entitled to the same natural rights in the Declaration of Independence. I agree with Douglas that he is not my equal in many respects. Certainly not color, perhaps not in moral or intellectual endowment, but the right to eat the bread without leave of anyone else, which his own hand earns, be as my equal and equal of Douglas and the equal of every living man.
He should run for president!
Wow, what a debate. I know we're not a biased news channel here, but I think Douglas took that debate home. It was, however, very daring for Lincoln to support black rights like that. We never see that around here. Back to you, Curtis.
Wow, that was very interesting, Gianna. When we get back, we'll have Jack done with the traffic.
Thanks, Curtis. We have more info coming up about that horse buggy pileup on Interstate 95. That and more coming after the break.